On today's menu, a delicious recipe that's as beautiful as a sunrise. A gorgeous saffron risotto. Lei Hou Ma, that's how's it going in Cantonese. I'm Yeung from youngmancooking.com. Welcome to the channel where we can cook with confidence. This is definitely the risotto recipe I've been making on repeat, but before we get started, this is not the only way of making this recipe. It is just simply one way. Let's get started. Pour 2½ cups of veggie stock into a small saucepan. Medium-high heat. The purpose of heating up that veggie stock is so that we're not adding cold liquid to when we go to cook the risotto. One onion, finely chopped. Two pieces of garlic, finely chopped. These guys here are beautiful oyster mushrooms. You can definitely use any mushrooms you like. I'm just going to use these ones for today. Roughly chop about 50 grams of oyster mushrooms. One more thing, we're going to be using these beautiful clustered cherry tomatoes that are still on the vine. Just absolutely visually stunning, and they're really deliciously sweet as well. I only use these for special occasions like when we cook together. Place a small cluster of cherry tomatoes onto a baking sheet. About 3 should be good for one portion. Sauté pan. Medium heat. A couple tablespoons olive oil. Mushrooms. Saute the mushrooms for a few minutes. Season with salt and fresh cracked pepper. Saute the mushrooms for another minute. Transfer the sauteed mushrooms onto the baking sheets and spread them out. Slightly score the cherry tomatoes. Slicing the tomatoes a little bit will actually help prevent it from just exploding in the oven when you go to bake those tomatoes. Now, it looks a little bit strange to put so little ingredients in such a big pan because I'm just making this recipe for myself today. However, if you multiply this recipe, if you're making it for more people, you can definitely do that and it'll work out really well. Add another couple of tablespoons of olive oil to the sauté pan. Onions. Sauté the onions for 3 to 4 minutes. Garlic. Sauté for another minute. Half cup arborio rice. Sauté for 2 to 3 minutes. Season with salt and pepper. And add a pinch of saffron. Give the pan a good stir. Deglaze with a 1/4 cup of white wine or water. Stir and cook for a couple of minutes. Add about a 1/2 cup of the hot veggie stock. Stir and cook for a couple of minutes. As you stir, you'll start to see the rice absorb the liquid. Repeat this process, adding about 1/2 cup of veggie stock at a time. Place the mushrooms and the tomatoes in the oven and broil on low for 5 to 8 minutes. Be sure to keep an eye on them so they won't burn. I just love making risotto. I find something almost meditative about it. As you stir and cook the rice, it'll become nice and creamy. Turn the oven off. Add about a quarter cup of your favorite plant-based cheese. In this episode, I'm using a brand called Violife. If the risotto looks too thick, add a little bit more veggie stock and give it a good stir. Remember to taste the rice and check for doneness. Plate the risotto. Don't forget about the veggie toppings. Place on top the mushrooms and the blistered tomatoes. Garnish with fresh parsley, freshly cracked pepper, and a couple dabs of your best olive oil. You can now enjoy this delicious risotto with absolute confidence. Recipes like this that's just delicious and makes it so simple to make this on repeat. Boy, that is just bursting with incredible, extraordinary flavor. Visually, this dish is amazingly stunning. It's so alluring with that beautiful glow from that saffron. Then you have this deliciously creamy texture from the rice, but still a al dente bite. If you mix around the mushrooms and the blistered tomatoes, it adds this extraordinary combination of flavors. There's that deliciously earthy umami from the mushrooms that are also caramelized, that has this nice smoky char. The blistered tomatoes add a little bit of that smoky char as well as this really nice sweetness, and it adds up into this dynamic range of flavors. The fresh parsley adds that pop of green color and a little bit of that freshness. You also taste a hint of that cheesiness that was stirred in and melted into this risotto. Same goes with the onion and the garlic that just combines everything together. This is definitely one of those heartwarming, comforting dishes that's simple to put together, stunning, beautiful, and easy enough to make on a weekly repeat. Like I always say on the channel, it's simple, delicious, exciting recipes like this that makes it so much fun to cook at home and turn your very own kitchen into an amazing restaurant. If you love easy and delicious recipes like that, then definitely pick up your copy or take a peek inside one of the 3 Young Men Cooking cookbooks. You can also check out the Young Men Cooking merch or plant-based sushi masterclass. I'll leave a link in the description box below for you to check that out, or you can visit youngmencooking.com. If you're not already subscribed with that notification bell clicked, definitely do so you won't miss a single episode.